Okay. Oh, that works. It's one of those ones you click in. Welcome to, I guess, another round of winding streams. Uncertain how many of these are going to be this week. But I did want to play some of the Devil since I saw some Blue Sky posts about them working on episode 2, and I'm like, I probably should get working on episode 1 before episode 2 drops. However long that could be. But I really do need to play episode 1. Probably not gonna talk too much though because my throat has been killing me. Not COVID, but I don't know what. It's a after effect of COVID and a cold I had recently. I am not great, so I can't speak that well. It's also got food, but that's a secondary thing. High roller mode. Ooh, what about that? There's like a new game plus for this? Damn. Oh, okay. Nah, I was gonna do this regular. Okay. To discourage save scumming, huh? Okay. One save slot. That's fine. Reload your saves. That's fine. Why inside the courtroom? That's fine. So it's just one. I want to take all. So if I lose, I just have to start over. This makes it more difficult. Okay. Maximum anti-increase as well, allowing to earn the largest highest score for credit this episode. Yeah, fuck it. We could do that. For the perfectionists. Fuck it, let's do it. Let's enable. Because I wonder if the tutorials are different here than they are in episode 0 from a game development standpoint. Okay. Let's see how much I can do this. How much I can talk during the stream. Listen, I wanted to thank you for coming over. I wanted to thank you for coming over. Because you'd notice. Anyone could tell something's bothering you. You're the first person to say anything. What happened? The police came to see me. In public? No, they wanted to be considerate of my privacy. That's a first. They wanted to talk to me about the other week. About my whereabouts and yours. I told them I didn't know anything. They must have loved that. Funny. What would you have done? In your shoes probably cursed them out. Yeah, haha, I could see that. Is there anything you want to ask me? No. Not even a favor in return? No favors lost between friends, I say. That sounds like a toast. Why not to friends? I raise a glass to that. Poison? I don't know, maybe they get poisoned. Game? Glass 'em! Vandalism detected. Incident logged. Oh, this is loud. Okay, that's a little better. Incident logged. Recorded 8:55 local time. Geopositional data encoded. I could have all citizens in the area. I'm assuming it says fuck. Fuck off, copper. Visuals impaired, facial recognition compromised, picking nearby opt-ins for corroborating evidence. Hey, he's lighting up every phone on the block. Need to go now, or what? He'll use his outdoor voice? Or have us pinned down to our dental records before you can say we're Warning, Officer Leo. You look different today. Was he one of those, do I have information? Nope. I don't have any information that from last game, from episode 0. You do something new with your uniform? Good morning to you, Morgan citizen. To answer your question, no, I have not undergone any recent retrofitting. If you'd like a more detailed record of my maintenance history, you can make a request for. I've got it. Must be the new coat of paint. You're referring to the act of vandalization that just took place. Don't worry, ma'am. A report has been filed and the police are working to resolve the situation. Civil disobedience at this time of day? What's the word coming to? It is stragglers, ma'am. There was a period of unrest in the area last night. Unlicensed protesting and demonstrating without a permit. Well, I hope you threw the book at them. The disturbance was handled, but individual instances of validity. Not validity, right? Volatility. Yeah, volatility may occur during the next 48 hours as we work to apprehend outside actors. Thanks for the forecast. Does the bleeding stop on its own? Androids don't have blood, ma'am. This is just a leakage of oxidizing fluid. My mistake. So you don't need a bandage, I take it. Leakage will dry shortly. The fuck? So I'm a human, I guess, and a robot working on construction or something, and then they're like, oh, we can't do this, so let's go on a break. We can't continue without somebody, so let's just go on a break. You're like, understood. And did they like the wave? And the guy was like, yeah, understood. And the robot tried to repeat that. Ooh, a derogatory word. For automated dependence. Clanker. I've been called that a lot recently. A lot. Holy shit. It doesn't help that my most recent D character is a Warforged, so there's a lot going on in D&D too. Hate speech can only be targeted towards things that are sentient, so people, animals, and corporations. I wonder how cyberpunky this world is. Like, we went over this last time. There was something about, like, the weather not doing well or something. And there's a difference. There's a lot of, like, robots and sentience and AI. I need to get back into playing. I need to, well, not get back to it. I need to start Cyberpunk. I have the game installed. I just haven't touched it yet. I'm not going to stream that, though, because that'll take forever. Well, maybe, I won't say never. I'll see. Maybe I'll do like 1 or 2 streams of it like next year. But I feel like that's a game I want to play off stream. They took our jobs. Yeah, how come these cop robots are not in the nice part of town, huh? Which makes sense if there's no crime being done in the nice part of town, but there's no way there's no crime not being done in the nice part of town. So, really makes you think, huh? Okay, mods. We know about mods because our last client was a guy who had a modded arm. Right? And that was a whole part of the case. Because he couldn't write with one hand. I wonder if we went into those 2 detectives again. The healthcare system in this game, if I remember, was not great. Criminal defense attorney. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, a baby carriage. Okay, I see. I was like, confused in a carriage. I was like, what the heck is? Okay, a carriage behind her. Okay. Walk around the block, get her some air, would you? I see. Hmm. So basically, this one, the mom is taking care. The mom is on a call, and then decides to have. I'm assuming the mom have her robot servant take care of her child while she's on this business call, I assume. That's a lot of terms all at once. Well, that's right. That's what we did last time. Ads, which is just basically anything, like all like the tech, like the sentient, quote unquote, not sentient tech. Yeah, robots, androids, smart UIs. Nope, can't click here. You're too kind, ma'am. Thank you for your concern. Bosswat's giving me the okay. Keep us safe, yeah? Have a good day, Morgan citizen. Went out last night. Oh, yeah, you went out, have a night at the town, you know, got some drinks, met some nice guys, and killed people. Uh-huh, mm-hmm. Just normal girl things, you know. Reminds me of that's what I'm eating. That really funny, that was that meme of, girls at sleepovers and guys at sleepovers. And the girl's like, hee hee, let's summon demons. And then the guys sleepovers is them being like, where are all these demons coming from? Like trying to shoot at the demons. It's probably that's the funniest version of that meme I've seen. Thank you for your service. Oh, hold on. That was a big cough. Ooh, you can buy a gun. Ooh. So anyway, I started blasting. Oh, there we go. So, the cool one. That's funny. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Interesting way of saying that. I bet you can. I recently acquired a license to carry concealed. Nice. Are you in law enforcement? Do you shoot for sport? Neither. Might ask why you're looking to carry concealed, ma'am. Oh, you know, assault with a deadly weapon, cruel intent, that kind of thing. Some of my clients live in very rough neighborhoods. Even in broad daylight, coming down to the lower wards for house visits can be. I see, you're a lawyer. So I guess you'd say I'm in the market for self-defense. We have a wide selection of options for self-defense, and a variety of sizes and calibers with spread and PA fire options available. My bad, PA stands for pseudo-automatic. But for the concealed, it'd have to at least be small enough to. Let's not know what we're looking for. Just so we want to tip them off. Yep. Some of the ones I test fired at the range left my shoulders sore for days. Do you have anything more discreet? Right, no problem. Electromagnetic pulse models feature minimal kickback with the highest accuracy. One targeted pulse of electricity can disable attackers at medium to short range, non-lethally and quietly. Okay. But hopefully not too quiet. I want someone to come running to my rescue. Of course. Oh, that's a smart way of putting it. That's a really smart way of putting it. We'd like to take a look at our mag rails. We're proud to offer a number of models that utilize the latest in miniaturized ultra-capacity batteries to generate a Lorentz force, which. Ooh, damn! To kill. Okay. Interesting they put like the thing for mist. You could I feel like that's something you can just kind of infer, but whatever. And it's safe? Of course, ma'am. My bad. 2-factor safeties with GPS and emergency services sync. It won't go off unless you want it to, and someone will definitely come running. Hmm. Sounds perfect. Interesting. How do we get started? Oh boy. Oh boy. Text. My one weakness. God, I fucking wish. Wait, no, I see what you're saying. I said, never mind. I mean, you don't want it to be a pipe dream. You want it to be obtainable. So I take that back. Isn't that a fucking issue? Kicking climate crisis down the road. Yep, without mass consumer demand, tech no longer has evolutionary process to be as small as powerful as possible. Yeah, that's a... Yep. Hmm. It's so bright, these screens. Why the 12 to 6 work week gives us more free time than ever? Bullshit. Oh god, that's what? That's terrible. Oh, this is relevant. Oh, this is very relevant. Is that there's that thing about like AI like services being like shut down and the people are like losing like it was in the news like last week about people losing access to their AI waifus or husbandos or some shit, and it's just like they're like imprinting on like to like AI technology to be like a partner, a romantic partner, and I'm like, that's, have you not seen her? If I haven't seen her either, but I'm pretty sure if I had to make a guess about the what the meaning of her, that movie was about, was you probably shouldn't be doing that. Or even better, have you not seen Smart House? I've seen Smart House. You shouldn't just make a house pretend to be your dead mom. Or wife, even. Was that, did I miss a term? Oh no, we did this already. It's gonna bother me that it's there. Okay. Okay. Do. Okay. So Lobos a group that was using like blackmail or whatnot. And Churchill was the company that they went after. Or hacking attack, that's what it was. Which goes into blackmail most of the time. Exeter against the free market. Hmm. Hmm. The fuck? De-escalation. Yeah. I'm sorry, we received a new breaking news. I'm sorry, received a breaking news story. We're seeking confirmation and yes, we have it confirmed. Lead programmer and Noble Electronics and famed designer of the Turing solution, Dr. David Asher, has passed. What? Proprietary Advantage automated dependent management system along with the Animate series of androids. Perhaps best known for his breakthroughs in the field of machine learning and language, authored many of the developments that allowed for Noble's rapid growth and market dominance. David Asher is dead, including the popular Desk series of smart UIs. That's basically finding out that your your creator is dead from the news. That's insane. To be like a UI, like AI thing, and then just find information. That's very sad. I didn't ask. Sorry, I just commands only. Understood. Will you be paying with cash or credit? Debit. Hmm. Oh, that's not far away. 2086. How old would I be at that time? 93? Yeah, it'll be 93. If I live that long. I highly doubt I will. I'm probably gonna die in like my 60s or 70s or something. Hmm. It's like moving up and down a little bit. Did she do the whole like sad fucking Arrested Development, Charlie Brown sad walk back home? Just only smoking my light. I know gold's a bit much for personal style. They don't make a lot of these anymore. Believe it or not, the only other people who share your vice are stuffy old men with that expensive taste. Hope you can manage to get some use out of it anyway. Your friend, David. Hmm. Was. It already changed to was. Oh, so these are the edits. He reminds of someone. He's got a hairstyle like Hythlodaeus. Hmm. Ugh. 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 That's ugh. I hate that. I hate that so much. Everyone's like reacting to his death, and then it is like, oh, here's my reaction, and then the bathroom be like, oh, I can't believe that it's a celebrity he died. Finishes filming, goes onto I don't know the equivalent of Twitter or Blue Sky or whatever or Tumblr, I don't know, TikTok, posts it and like goes likes, be like, oh my god, it was so sad for you. I can't believe that this person died and it's affecting you despite that much, despite the fact that you really don't really care about this person dying. To be fair, I mean, luckily people don't do that a lot nowadays in real life. Like, no, I have yet to see someone have I mean it's not there, but I've yet to see someone have like a legit like video reaction to finding out someone's death and use that for like what's what I'm looking for. Not cloud. Why does it keep on moving up and down? I can't think of the word right now. Like popularity, I guess. I don't know. Content, we'll say. Yeah, content. She's not happy. Oh, Morgan. Hey, thanks for picking up so fast. Hi, Jess. Oh, she works in the same place as him. Listen, I need to. I've already seen the news. What? Oh. Oh. Of course you have. Duh. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I just with the company and the people and all that. What I mean is, if it were up to me, you would have been the first call I made. It's all right, Jess. No one ever really knows what to do with these kind of things. Still, I'm sorry you had to hear it from my stream. Syrian? Chiron? Well, I appreciate you taking the time to call anyway. Yeah. Can you tell me what happened? The police, they think that he took something. Suicide? They say it was some kind of poison. Yeah, poison. Like I said at the beginning of the case, poison. God. Well, they see saying it's poison, and the game is implying poison, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be poison. But that is what they're going for right now. Listen, Morgan, I need to ask something of you. Of course, Jess, whatever you need. I had to bring you up here to David's place. What do you mean? There's something I have to give you. You're not handling his will already, are you? If the police are involved, it'll be a while before. No, I'm sorry. It's not like that. Before he... Ooh, she got an inhaler. David asked me to get this into your hands. It wasn't work-related. But he asked me. I know I'm asking a lot here, but since it's turned out to be the last thing he ever asked me to do, I'd like to get it done. But just because there's no logical reason doesn't mean you don't have feelings. Swing by my place with a cab, yeah. Oh yeah, or your curiosity. Alright, you fucking psychopath or sociopath, whichever one it is. Right, of course. Thanks, Morgan. Thank you. Wait, I almost forgot to use this. Scared me. What is it? You don't happen to have anything you could wear in black, do you? I really like the use of like it's like 2D sprites, and like and all the interactions are very 2D. But I appreciate the fact that like if there's some like 3D 3D assets that makes it feel like it's a more of a world than they had to go. Like they didn't have to do this, but it does make it feel more like you're actually in the world that they're in. And you do risk when you do this. You risk the possibility of like throwing your player off if you have a 2D on a 3D background. But I mean, I know there's like a lot of like 2.5D like JRPGs and stuff like that out, and then things like kind of that 3D 2D like but it's still technically 2.5D when I think about it, like Paper Mario. But like if it's not done well enough, it can fuck you over. And even I could tell like sometimes the 3D environments in this look a little iffy. I still appreciate it. You okay, Morgan? You look a little car sick. I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Rip. Filial piety. What does that mean? It's not the word of the day, it's the 2 words of the day. No, I'm not using you fucking Google AI. The virtue of exhibiting love and respect for one's parents, elders, and ancestors. Okay. God damn it, Google had the same damn response. You didn't answer the damn question. Oh, she's like a teacher. Okay. She worked with she was part with the people, not with the corpse. That's ooh, that's nice. Celebs don't like people seeing their dirty sides, so they pay smart people like me to clean up their messes. But mega corporations don't like people seeing them at all, period. What the fuck? What the... Was she screwing her clients? Damn. I'm assuming this is ass deep. Because I got caught. Because I got caught. I don't even know what this could be. Hard worker. I'm guessing the manager, maybe. If I'm supposed to go. This is some fucking like American Psycho shit. And then Get Out. They get out of there as fast as fuck. Boy. Oh, Auntie. They burn the vote. Yep. Like in One Piece. Yeah, so basically she's saying like, oh, David, they're gonna be, oh, David's good, he's nice and everything, and then toss him to out there and be like, oh, he's good, and then they just turn around and be like, all right, time to take over. All right, you know, David's position, David's assets, all that stuff, you know, it's ours. We gotta do what we want because we're business. And she's telling her, do not be in the crosshairs when they come for all of David's shit. So get your shit Whatever you need and get the fuck out. Oh, this makes me feel old. Oops. Oopsies. An embarrassing photo of SpongeBob at the Christmas party. Oh, this is relatable. Morgan, something wrong? You're sweating. Just deleting some spam. Wait, it depends on the time of day. A flying commercial, interesting. Julie 24 karat. And here is my 24 karat Labubu. Needs difficult to verify. Okay. Actually, just if you've got a second, I was curious about I saw the headline, by the way, the one where your warm android saved that soldier's life. Oh yeah, pretty feel good, don't you think? The folks at the company must have been in high spirits lately, I take it. Was that he? Was that from the previous game? Or was that from episode 0? That's what I thought when I first heard about it, but I don't know, maybe upper management's never happy. Because they're still just riding sales harder than ever, pushing the traditional consumer markets. I thought they'd start building a pitch for Congress the day the story dropped. A big patriotic campaign telling everyone why we need a contract for warm androids in the military. If I haven't heard about them moving staff around for anything like that. Maybe it's all above my pay grade. Remind me, how many years did you and David work together? Oh, well, I started the company about 4 years ago. So with the company. And they offered me a temp contract when I was graduating. Okay. I was put in HR right in the middle of a hiring bus, so I spent 2 months in the warrants. And then an aptitude test got me fast-tracked to mid-low management. Sorry, warrants? Oh, this is what we call the company dorms back then, on account of all the people. Plus it was underground. Didn't see the sun that first month. My skin got so dry. That's like a cult. That sounds like a cult. Is that normal in your industry? Normal for everyone I've ever worked with. Except David, of course, but I mean, he was the best. Yeah. One Tuesday morning, Dr. David Asher walked right up to my desk like I had won the lotto. I should come work for him. Dr. David Asher directly. On a random Tuesday morning like it was nothing. He didn't like to do things on Mondays. The people were always too tired to get anything done anyway. Yeah, that's right. He did say that. I should know by now, right? 3 years of arranging meetings and keeping him organized and occasionally straightening his tie. He was a good boss. He was a good guy. Yeah. What did you last speak with him? In person? Thursday. Thursday afternoon. Okay. So 2 days ago. He seemed normal. I mean, we still don't really know anything, Jess. You're right. Thanks. It was just the last time I saw him. That was when he asked me to meet with you. If I don't cover this whole entire case today, I am totally gonna try and call the next time I play this game. The stream title is gonna be, I did not murder him! Because this seems so much like fucking iRobot already. A robotics dude guy dies, and I'm charged with discovering how he dies, most likely. I mean, come on now. I mean, there's no way I'm not trying to solve his case, and there's no way it's not gonna be some other, it's no way there's not like no other similarity between this and iRobot of all things. If they bring up Asimov's 3 laws, then we got it. I'm guessing you've already been to this place? Yeah, it's a real mess over there. It's that bloody? Oh god, no, not that kind of mess. I mean, with the cops stacked on the media, stacked on the lawyers. Each of them with their own network of drones and all their droning. It's very, it's a very high productivity atmosphere is what I mean. When were you able to get over there? Well, I got a call from legal late last night. They weren't exactly delicate in breaking the news to me. Yeah, wait. So the news broke this morning, but she got a call last night, and last time she talked to him was 2 days ago. They said they needed my help sorting through all his... We know how he left things organized sometimes. Yes, it's interesting. A very, one of the most prominent people in the city, maybe even the world at this point, in this world, dies, and they kept it secret for 12 hours? Over 12 hours? Very suspicious. So you found out last night. Right, last night. Oh god. I'm so sorry. I should have told you as soon as I found out. Really, it's alright. Do you see anything? No, I still haven't actually seen him at all. He was airlifted to the hospital ASAP, and that's where he passed, so... But, well, I didn't get the impression that the cops had been there that long. Wait, so you haven't seen the body? Is he even actually dead? Not compared to the lawyers. They and the rest of the company people seemed pretty entrenched. So what time would that have been? I guess I got there around 9 p.m.? Yeah, because at 9:15 they switched my phone to silo mode and I got locked out of everything but my work stuff. I set my last blah at 9:13. See, gonna expire whoever put me in heels this morning. It me. They can do that to your phone like you're out of social media? Of course not. Well, unless I'm on the clock or off the clock, but on company property. Huh. Interesting. They can remote all my tech. Yeah. How convenient. So if I got in at 9 p.m., I guess the rest of the company people had been there since 8:30 p.m. I hadn't been there more than a few minutes before the mood changed. What about the hospital declaring him dead had started to leak? I see. Yeah, this is what, yeah, that's a good point. Assuming this guy got poisoned, I mean, yeah, generally, pieces of fiction, poison either works immediately or, like, it, like, doesn't even kill them. But in this, it was like a slow acting thing, it seemed like. Why would the killer give him something that would have not killed him immediately? That's interesting. If I was a killer and I was trying to kill somebody with poison, you'd think I'd get something that's fast acting, especially someone who has the resources to get possibly healed. Unless you want to establish an alibi? When in doubt, it's to establish an alibi. When in doubt, whenever someone does something weird in a mystery game or mystery fiction or anything like that, and you're like, why did they do that? It's always to establish an alibi. Hard to think about, I know. Yeah. Does I have to wonder, what kind of request did David make of you that it couldn't wait a few days? Right, of course. He asked me to give you something. Something. Right, it's just, well, I don't know exactly what it is. You have no idea? Okay. He asked me to give you the contents of his safe. Are we headed to the bank then? No, see, he has this private safe in his basement. Maybe you've seen it? Well, I say safe, but it might be more accurate to call it a storage locker or a false wall. How's it hard to say? False wall. Yeah. And all he told you was that he wanted me to have what's inside? Right. He was very clear about that part. Your eyes only, straight into your hands. Handle it in person, he said. Strange. So, David asked you to do this on Thursday, correct? Yeah, Thursday. And he passed last night, Friday. Yeah. Wait, you don't think that when we met, he had already decided it's not healthy to speculate on that sort of thing? Well, the dead do have something to offer the living, and that's answers and the truth. Just ask Detective Conan and, Phoenix Wright. All the time that someone's left a dying message. You're probably right. Besides, we need to focus. Judging by the size of the crowd I'm looking at, it looks like we're about to jump into the thick of it. What type of name is that? Platea. I thought there were a lot of police here before. Maybe too late to ask, but you're not bad with crowds, are you, Morgan? Hmm. 4 different types. Who the hell were all those people? Well, there've always been people with strong feelings about our products. That's a cool line. All of them standing vigil outside his tomb. This is all technically company property, isn't it? Yep, David had the penthouse all to himself, but every other floor's tenants are noble employees too. Oops, I went too fast. Work at Noble, went from Noble. Jesus Christ. Does Noble handle employee funerary arrangements? Yeah, it's a pretty standard benefit actually. It's cheap for them compared to dental. Interesting. But Noble's always been generous with benefits. Work hard and the company will have you set for life. Okay. I'm feeling a little overstimulated. Any chance we can just skip all these checkpoints? Haha! No, absolutely not. So who do we need permission from? The cops or the company? Our request went through, so we should have the go. Ahead from both at this point. We don't need to go after. We don't need to go near the actual It's still called a crime scene if it's not technically a crime. What is it called? Point of interest? I mean, okay. So we just flash my ID card at any problem that comes up, including him. Oh boy. Well, at least it's the smart one of the two. Hey ladies, look, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid. Oh, I'll say smart, but the more calculated. Hey ladies, look, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we're at capacity at the moment. Let anyone else buy and we won't be able to maintain. Huh? You're that lawyer, Morgan. You caught me, detective. Ha! Yeah, guess it's funny because he's a criminal. How long has it been? Feels like it's been ages. Oh dear, not still bitter about our last encounter, I hope. I'll live. I don't see the spunky one around. She's taking a mental health day to preserve that unflappable charm. The DeVries is around. Why, you miss her that bad? You two know each other? Jess Starling, meet Homicide Detective Qasim London. It's a pleasure, miss. Oh, likewise? As you might have guessed, the detective and I are acquainted. Comes with the line of work. Morgan's been modest, sweetheart. We're practically blood. Oh, wow. Me? Sweetheart? Ooh, something wrong, Starling? No, nothing wrong. But close as we are, I still can't let her walk in off the street and onto the scene of an ongoing investigation. Even Noble's lawyers have to play by the rules today. What makes you assume I'm here on a professional capacity? You're a criminal defense attorney and we're at a crime scene. Call an old man's intuition. Good detectives don't rely on intuition though, do they? They rely on evidence. I don't rely on it, don't worry. I just need to lean on it every now and then, when my back acts up. Oh, cool. Oh, she is smitten? I'm afraid your intuition is off this morning, detective. I'm here on a private matter. The deceased wasn't your client? No, that would have been a conflict of interest. Conflict of... You two knew each other. I see. In that case, allow me to give you my condolences. Thank you. But what I could really use is a bit of your help. You sure rally fast. Jess? Right. We have this clearance here, Detective, sir, from legal, which allows us... That's alright, little lady. I trust you. You can leave the paperwork holstered for now. Little lady? We aren't here for David, really. We won't be setting foot anywhere near your staging area, Detective. Alright, why not? How generous. I can afford to be generous today, because if I screw up... Yeah, we have enough people here anyway. Yep, plenty of folks at hand ready to pick up the slack. Well, if you're that at ease, perhaps I can take this time to ask you a few questions. Hey, you can always ask, Tiger. But I think you understand what I mean when I say whether or not I can answer is not entirely up to me. Okay, let's go down the list. You're looking a bit haggard. How long have you been here anyway? Since this morning. But civilized folks don't call it morning when the streetlights are still on. God, I would hate to be a police, or just a detective in general, like a police detective, and it'd be on call to come in at like middle of the night to do like a homicide case. Just imagine just like spending time with your loved ones or just getting ready to go to sleep after a long day at work, and then you call and be like, we need you at the office right now. We found like a guy, dead in like an alley, and then you had to get up after your nice comfort, your nice safe space, take a drive, pick up some fucking like Starbucks, Dunkin' or some shit like that. Not sponsored. And be like, go there and just be like, another day, another crime, another dead body I have to look at instead of being home with my loving family. God, that just gotta fucking suck. I do not envy that part. It's great in shows. It's great when you see this stuff in shows. You're like, oh, that's great to see that happen, but I would never want to actually be in that position. Not like a regular detective, like I am, and like how how Windings is. Uh, that's a different story. Like a non-police one. Sounds like you can use a break. I can use a retirement package. Hey, you're a lawyer, right? Go under all my business cards. Think I can sue for elder abuse? Not that kind of lawyer, sorry. You would lose, though. I would regret asking. Why they've got a homicide detective losing sleep over this anyway? A man is dead, and he wasn't killed by fire, a vehicle, organized criminals, or disinformation. So at the moment, homicide is technically not the worst fit, but we're leading in name only. High-profile death like this, everyone's got an eye on us, and a hand placed firmly on the back of our neck. I've been checking my phone, but the only things the news seems to agree on is that David passed away. Sorry, but if you're asking for details, no, thank you for not letting them make this into a parade. We do our best to respect the privacy of anyone involved with an ongoing investigation. Interesting. Detective, Dr. Asher was a close friend of mine for many years. Yeah, he trusted Morgan more than anyone. Can you tell me if he killed himself? It looks like that's the case. I see. Thank you for telling me that. Dr. Ash... Yeah, well... Sorry. You boys and Noble all getting along with each other, saving your toys? Some of the younger ones are bristling, but I always play well with others, counselor. How well do the Megs play with you? They give you full access to building and security? Oh, yeah, for costume. Good person. Good person. That's why she was talking about getting screwed by Megs. It wasn't okay. I figured that, but I guess that's now they're solidifying that it can mean that anyone who actually works for mega corporations. Like a Shark Tank. Used to watch that a lot. A stock drop. What a surprise. After one of your best genius, I don't want to call it CEO, but at least one of your best geniuses fucking dies. The poster child for good shit for your company dies. Yeah, I can see your stock falling a little bit. They're giving us access, and they say it's full. Some big penumbra system, top of the line coverage, top to bottom of the building. The size of data streams torrential. It'll be a while before we can start making sense of it all. What conspirator man might think that was intentional? Bury us in data and hope we're too swamped to find whatever they're trying to hide? That's a smart idea. Maybe. Wait, they gave you full access to the penumbra? That means every android in the building is feeding you their full spectrum. You know your stuff. The penumbra pulls data from any androids connected to the building's net, but that's not much help since there weren't any androids in the penthouse. Right. You know, I heard the rumors, never put much stock in them, but it's true Asher really never owned a single android? Interesting. Never. Well, I suppose I might do the same if I was the genius who programmed them all. Every time they open their mouths, it'd just be, Yeah, that would actually kind of suck. It's one thing to be like Tony Stark and make like Jarvis and have Jarvis is like in your ear because like he made up enough so it's different, right? But it's another thing to make at the level that the androids are in this universe, at least what he have shown so far, and have them all just be around, just looking at everything that you've made and having to judge whether or not you've made something that's good for society or not. So that means all you have to investigate with are the penthouse's security cameras. Yeah, but that should be more than enough to wrap up a case like this. Hmm. In a good way, I mean. We're very much on top of this, ladies. David was one of the biggest names in tech. He was the face of Noble Electronics. Uh-huh. One could argue androids are only as common as they are today because of his contributions to the field. Some people have felt that way, sure. So do you think anyone would want to hurt him because of that? Remind me, which one of us is the detective again? You really won't let me pick your brain? You already know the answer. Yes, as a controversial androids especially. We at Noble are aware of our products are sometimes the subject of heated debate, but no need to quote the handbook at us, miss. Truth be told, I've never really understood the hate. It's not that complicated, is it? How many people have lost a job to an ad at least once in their career? Every last one of them lost their jobs because their bosses, their flesh and blood bosses, fired them. Nah, ads are just a symptom. Scratch that, ads are just a product. Getting mad at them is pointless. Yep. Mm-hmm. And balancing them is less than pointless because unlike us, they are insured. And besides, Android production has surged over the last decade to become one of the nation's biggest exports. True, nice to have at least one thing we make in this country. That's right, Noble only outsources the production of a small handful of internal components. Every other part of the manufacturing process is probably done right here at home. Oh, that's cool. All right. Now listen, I don't mind being helpful, and I am trying to be sensitive here. But we really do have a lot on our hands at the moment, so I'm going to have to ask you to be discreet and ideally fast. Well, our business is just in the basement, David's basement. But the penthouse is on the top floor of the roof, so its basement would be second to last floor if you want to be technical, detective. The point is, we don't need to go into the kitchen or the parlor. We'll go straight back to his workshop and then head downstairs. I understand. Oh, now we know where the point of interest is, the staging area. It's the kitchen and the parlor. Why is it two locations? Well, the same. I'd like to escort you two ladies there myself. Wow, an escort like royalty. Isn't he a gentleman? Huh? Yes, he's... Lead the way, detective. Hmm. Script, interior, day. Morgan. They're like insects. This is very Monogatari coded. Oh, oh God. The misunderstood genius of Dr. David Asher, a video essay in 5 parts. Oh God. Brought to you by Skillshare. And here's, my sponsorship by Raid Shadow Legends. Oh, gee willikers. If you liked what you saw in this essay, make sure to hit that bell and subscribe, and leave a like. I put a lot of effort into making this video essay about this person who I really don't know that much about, but I can take advantage of by the fact that they're dead. Oh, gee willikers. All we need is one person to come out being like, my true experience with David Asher. Seal the deal. This is what? His laboratory? His shop, he called it. How down to earth. Thanks for your help, Detective London. Don't mention it. What, you want me to step out? It won't take long. Not lacking for boldness, are you? Look, I have to take a phone call. We'll be in and out as soon as possible, promise. Whenever Dr. Ash wanted set aside for his foundation, we'll be sure to flag it. Right. At least he's already wearing gloves. If we find a dead body, you'll be our first call. Morgan, what was that stuff about his foundation? Dr. Ash's charity has always been managed by an outside group. You haven't spent a lot of time around crime scenes, have you? Actually, this is my first. But generally speaking, it's not really common to retrieve things from the premises while the cops are still searching them. Oh. Oh! Look, if David had something to give me, we can go get it. We just can't make a ton of noise about it, understand? Of course. Great. After you. Right. Quiet as a church house. Yeah, as a church mouse. Yeah. Are you alright? So, caught myself. I'm okay, I'm okay. How close were you two? Morgan, what's up? Hmm? You're smiling. What's so funny? Nothing, just surprised to see the place renovated. Yeah, he actually had me on mail tag with a couple contractors a while back. Never mind. No, never mind. Never thought I'd have to learn so much about concrete and wiring and marble. Do you know marble tends to be treated or else needs to be treated or else indoor air will start to corrode it? Hmm. Is that true? I didn't know that. Is that true? Wait, is it not? But her guide told me that without an epoxy finish, the entire bar table could. Oh my god, maybe it's not true and she just got scammed. Is that the vault over there then? Yeah. Stands out, I guess. Haha. Hmm. Nervous? What's that? Oh, a little, I guess. But the inhaler helps mostly, so. Aren't you going to open it? Open it? Don't you know the combination? No, I do not know the combination to David's basement vault. Oh. Oh. Oh no, oh no, how could I have. He didn't tell you or give you a code, or. He gave me the code to get into the building. In the parking garage. But not the code to whatever this is. Oh, we get to look around to find the code? You know, there's a lot of scattered papers back in his shop. Could he have left you a note on one of them? Yes, he could have. He would have. In fact, I think he probably did. You just stay right here, Morgan. I'll have this settled out in just a sec. Sounds good. Oh, she probably knows the code, actually, when I think about this. Right then. Hmm. Hmm. 64 digits? Oh, Internet of Things. Ugh. I was like, what is IoT? Yeah, I know Internet of Things. Okay, we're good. Hmm. It's true. If they're too heavy, maybe the weight scale, the weight numbers are a clue. Okay. There's a car over there. This reminds me of interesting. There's a crack here. This reminds me of playing AI summoning files, which in turn kind of reminds me of playing 99 of Future Successful Reward. I can get back to I need to get back to Zero Time Dilemma, and I need to get back to AI summoning files. Maybe I'll replay through 999 on stream. I said I was not going to do that for reasons. There's a specific person who I want them to play through 999 blind, but I don't want them coming into my stream seeing it. But we'll see. It is my favorite, like one of my favorite games of all time. I think it's like my second favorite. Or third. Murder Camp 81. Cubus, which is still incorrect. It is not. That's funny. I think I like a TL note. Hmm. Yo, artists that do shit like that when it's like, I'm gonna cut up my painting, and I'm just like, alright. I appreciate the art, I appreciate the creativity. Whenever and I appreciate the fact that people do something different. I just don't like when people afterwards is like, he's so unique for doing that. That makes it better. I'm just like, oh, it's just something that that person does. It's like, you've seen that meme of like someone looking at there's like looking at a painting that's all blue. There's like a piece of art that's all just blue coloring, and they're like, oh, it resembles this and this and this, and someone's just like, it's a blue painting. It's nice. It's blue. It's like that little difference of it. But then again, also art is all subjective in the sense of you really just take out of when you're a viewer of art, you know, when you're not saying when you're making art, but when you're like I won't say consuming it, but you're looking at art, right? You're all your interpretation of what you take out of something. Your interpretation is the only thing that matters. What the fuck? $11.25.58. Hey Morgan, what? How did you get it? Oh, how did you get it to open? What is that? Wow, what a surprise! It's not like they didn't show this in like the sneak peek for episode 1 at the end of episode 0. Snoring? Warm. It, it must be a prototype for the Animate 16. Maybe a prototype for the 17 or 18? A biomechanical android with real human flesh. Sorry, biomechanical, yes, but it's organic flesh, not human. They're grown from lax Gemini cultures, but sorry, I misspoke. Right, understandable, since you seem surprised, Jess. Hasn't no one been working on warm androids like this one for a few years now? It's a weird way of putting a warm android. Like warm robot. I don't know. It's got like the same type of feeling of saying the word moist a little bit. It's just kind of like, ugh. Warm androids will require oxygen, water, and periodic organic sustenance in addition to wireless charging. If they don't get what they need, they may shut down most functions in order to preserve emergency power. Bro, what? Why would anyone? Why? Okay. Warm androids like this one? I mean, yes, we have. Sorry, it's just that this particular model is very unique. It's very cutting edge. I think it's safe to say we found what we're looking for. I think so too. That presents a problem then. Oh, do you not approve? I've got nothing against androids. My concern is a bit more immediate and, well, how you can get her out of this without the police or the Megs coming to take her. Practical. Practical? I don't know how to turn it on. Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah, that obviously that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, absolutely. Do you see a switch or something? Do you? Can we turn it around or? This thing has to weigh more than. Right, androids mostly transport themselves, so people are always surprised to find out they're a bit heavier than they look. There's no way in hell we're moving this thing without waking it up. Crap. First the vault, now this. I'm gonna step back into the lab for a moment, alright? Huh? Oh, sure. I'll. There's gotta be some manual around here. Good idea. It might be some kind of prototype, but it's gotta have a barcode. It's still got a barcode. Maybe we can scan its GIN number and find something in the company files. Is it GIN or GIN? Generic. GIN. Uh, Generic identification number. Fake GIN barcodes, which are called fins. So I guess fake identification numbers. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, of course. All generic ID numbers should be paired with industry standard files on maintenance tracking power requirements. But I'm okay. Book a heel, but I'm okay. I carry glue. Hmm. Can't get the top. Can't get the skyline. Wait, skyline? Why is there even a skyline? This is supposed to be. Oh, this is a penthouse floor, so I see. Boot up complete. Username? David Asher? Morgan? Guest? Thank you for logging in as guest. My god. Do you have do you have a question? Search files for Morgan. 23 results on the local drive. Hmm. Wait, you tracked her weight? Uh-oh, you tracked her DNA and fingerprints? Lady, dude, I'm a serial killer. Don't be tracking my DNA. Interesting. Getting the hands right. Ah, the bane of every artist's existence. Hmm. Morgan, there you are. I've looked at every registry I could find and every database I get into, but I don't think this android is in the system. It was a long shot. Don't beat yourself over it. Yes, but an android without the proper identification is... It's only buying or selling an android without proper identification that's illegal. And it doesn't seem like he ordered this online. I guess you're right, huh? We'll have it registered soon enough anyway. I think I figured out what we need to do here. Oh? If David really wanted me to have this, he would have left some way for me to turn it on. What are you thinking? You've done a swap before, haven't you? Every month for the company. Apparently, they're building a database on employee epigenetics cross-reference with... Oh, so you're gonna... My DNA and my fingerprints make the key. Now, where to find the lock? Was it meant to be a little handshake verification? Huh, I thought that would work. Oh boy. The lips are one of the most sensitive parts of the body. Ugh. Oh, that's... Still not doing it, huh? Oh man, you went right in there. Are you touching the tongue? It's blinking at me. That's a interesting way to wake up an android, but okay. Good morning. Good moment. Oh, because the fingers in the mouth. Good moment. Good morning to you too. Cute. Hello, I've never seen you two before. I guess we should introduce ourselves then. Hi. This is Jessica Stalding. She works for Dr. Asher. I'm Morgan, a friend of his. Got all that? I understand. She is Jessica Stalding, and you are Morgan. Last name unknown? No, Morgan is my last... Father told me about you. Ah, he did? Wait, father? Oh boy, let's not get into this. I'm referring to Dr. David Asher. Are you confused? That's not the word I'd used. Did David say that he was giving you to me? Transferring ownership? Ownership? That is correct. And what else did... Mostly correct. Right. And what else did he tell you? Many things. Can you specify? I thought conversation was the first thing David figured out how to program. Did Dr. Asher tell you anything that he wanted you to convey to Morgan? A message you were supposed to pass on? Yes. Just, I think it's trying to... Oh, okay, sure. I'll give you two... Well, I'll give you some privacy, Morgan. I've actually gotten about 14 messages in the last 2 minutes, so... Do you have enough inhalers, lady? I feel like you're gonna run out of inhalers at some point. I'll just head back up to the lab to take some calls, okay? Thanks, Jess. Yes. Thank you, Jess. You're welcome. It's the two of us now. So what do I call you? My name is Sarah. It's nice to meet you, Morgan. Trust me, the pleasure's all mine. So what's the message? Father told me I would be living with you from now on. He told me that you would look after me. Shouldn't it be the other way around? Should it? Just what are you, anyway? You forgot my name already? It's Sarah. What were you built for? You're warm, obviously. You're not one of those physical therapy models, are you? That would be highly illegal. I haven't completed 500 hours of study at state-approved massage therapy school. I haven't even completed 1 hour. What purpose did Dr. Asher design you for? I don't know the answer to that question. You don't know why he built you? No. Should I? How could you not? Do you? Would I be asking you if I did? I mean, do you know why you were created? Why you were born? Why? Why me? Why would you? Why are you doing this? You're a freak. Monster. What the hell's wrong with you? Please don't kill me. Please. Why? Why? Why was a monster like you even born? Guess I walked into that one. I was starting to wonder if you even had the Turing solution. Hmm. A test designed to determine if given answers come from a human or machine applied to it with a success rate below 99.97. Father's framework for programming linguistics in artificial systems, and the body of work for which he first gained international recognition. Yeah, an international jelly. Do you have an answer to my question? An answer as to why you were created? Why you exist? Occam's razor. I'm here because my parents wanted me. I see. What is Occam's razor again? I've heard that before. I've heard it actually a lot of times actually and stuff, but I've never, well, probably have learned it and then forgotten it like a lot of things in my life. Where are you, Wikipedia? Um, it's a problem-solving principle that recommends searching for explanations constructed with the smallest possible set of elements. Strictly cited as, which translates as entities must not be multiplied beyond necessity. Popularly, the principle is sometimes paraphrased as of two competing theories, a simple explanation of an entity is to be preferred. Oh, so yeah, just like whatever you think is the easy way of thinking of something is probably the way that it is. Nash should give a similar answer. I was created because father wanted to make me. Can't argue with that logic, can I? Can't argue with that logic. Father did say that you're a lawyer. Yeah, that's me. You are a lawyer, and I defeated you with logic. World class, high power attorney, the best defense money can buy. So do you catch criminals? That's what cops do. Do you litigate criminals? That's what prosecutors do. And do you fight for the underrepresented? Expose injustices, sue corrupt corporations and officials? I don't think anyone does that anymore. Then what do you do? I'm a criminal defense attorney. A defender of the innocent and powerless. Uh-huh. Do you also? Now that you know all about me, what can you tell me about yourself? I've never had to do that before. First time for everything. How old are you? I'm not sure I can give a satisfactory answer. Oh, for 2 on asking simple questions. What's the date on your earliest memory? 2 years ago. And where were you constructed or assembled or whatever? What facility? I was not constructed at any facility. Father created me here. By himself. You're saying if I took you apart, I wouldn't be able to find any markers from any manufacturers, any ideas of any designer. You want to take me apart? Hmm. You don't look like any android I've ever seen. What are you made of? This body is comprised of organic tissues integrated directly into cybernetic systems. They require organic nourishment, including water, carbohydrates, and salt. Wait, warm androids have to eat and drink? Did you not read the article that I had before? Come on now, Morgan. Literally, it says it right here in 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 uh in uh uh um where was it? In warm androids. Literally, it says it right here. Come on now. Yeah, that does seem like a problem. My cybernetic systems operate largely as analogs to their equivalents in the human body. I have a respiratory system for oxygen exchange and a centrally located pump that circulates oxygen. You mean you've got a heart? How quaint. But where does all that extra weight come from? Pardon? I tried moving you earlier and I felt like I was pulling against a truck. My skeleton is a combination of medical grade plastics and a military grade titanium carbide alloy. Oh, yeah, that's because you called her fat. Probably shouldn't do that. Our muscles are made of adaptive rare earth alloy weave fiber with shock absorption and kinetic chain potential rated past. Wait, did you say military grade? I have a grip strength above 1,000 kilograms? Ooh, boy. I could run at sustained speeds over 60 kilometers per hour. This is a bionic woman right here. I can jump 6 meters vertically. I can lift approximately. Oh, wait, that means we got our Sunny. We got our, what's it called? Sunny from my robot. Someone call Alan Tudyk. So you're telling me the genius dude who was running this robotics company decided to give one of his close friends, who I don't know if he knew was a fucking serial killer, access to a military grade robot that can easily blend in as also a normal robot, and it'd be perfect for it to be a perfect infiltration unit to help out for her serial killing needs. Yeah, okay. This is gonna be fun. Are you deep in thought? No, I'm just thinking of random shit right now. Yeah, I'm deep in thought. I have other features I could tell you about if you like. If I shot you, would you die? It would be very painful for you. God damn it. God damn it. I couldn't resist it. It would be very painful for you. And there would be a discharge of fluid, but conventional weapons would not prove particularly effective. Would you like to know about my hair? Your hair? I'm impressed you noticed. Each fabric contains miniaturized solar cell lattice technology, allowing me to remain charged throughout the daytime. That must come in handy. I've haven't actually had the chance to use it yet. You've never seen the sun, is what you're saying. This room has ambient wireless charging functionality, and I haven't gone outside much. You're just a pincushion, aren't you? I'm not familiar with the term. Searching. She lights up when she's searching. That's nice. Pincushion, jargon, design, refers to prototypes filled with experimental technologies to check for compatibility issues. Got an idea, not sure what to do with it? Stick it in the pincushion. So R&D, then. A whole lot of R&D. Pincushions are a small but valid part of the field of android manufacturing. They are valuable to collectors who see them as time capsules filled with the designer's most outlandish ideas and least reproducible results. Dead. Man, who's now dead. Seems we got off track here, Sarah. Was there anything else David told you to relay to me? Besides that you were to look after me, he also told me that you were reliable and that I should trust you. He said I was to listen to you and obey your instructions. Finally, some good news. As you say, I deny. What's that? That word you called me. What was that? I deny, from classic Hebrew. Translated literally, it means my lord. Do you prefer that I call you master? I don't know about that. No. Very good. Adonai. Why did David use Hebrew, though? Abraham. Abrahamic myth tells of servants constructed out of earth and clay, designed to resemble and obey their masters. Golems. Father must have found the comparison appropriate. Amusing, most likely. It's just a joke. Father would not make light of such a thing. Sure he would. Perhaps we should ask him to clarify his reasoning for himself. Ooh, about that. Where is Father, by the way? Is he upstairs? He went to the great lab up north, to go count the androids. When was the last time you were active? 38 hours ago. Less than 2 days ago. So, possibly before his murder? Or, well, his poisoning / suicide. Thursday night, then? Correct. Right. David Asher is dead. He died last night, understand? How? May I see him? See him? No, I won't be able to see him. Funeral's probably not for a few days. Father was not... He was not sick. That's very charming, but let's go to commands only. What? What happened? Did he have accident? The police have determined that he committed suicide. For the time being, we are to focus on getting you properly registered. Maybe then you'll take commands the first time I say them and not... The police are wrong. Excuse me? They are wrong. Father did not commit suicide. He would never do such a thing. Father had, he told me... Look, Sarah... I'm sorry? You're sorry? Father said you were his friend. How are you so calm? I've been around death a lot, so don't try to lecture me about grief, Spearmint. My name is Sarah. You will use it because my father, Dr. David Asher, the greatest programmer in the world, gave it to me. And he did not kill himself. Let's say you're right. David didn't commit suicide. If that's the case, the police will realize that soon enough. Police have already made their determination. That's what you just said. No, this is what they're operating off of. That doesn't mean that they've made the determination that that's actually the case, technically. Right? They're investigating as suicide doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to conclude that it's going to be a suicide, right? That's why they have, yeah, because they have the homicide detective people here too, so that means that they're keeping up their options. They're keeping their options open. Father said that you were a lawyer, that you were capable and reliable, and a friend. Oh, she's pouting. You should be looking into his death. That's... Is that an order? Of course not. It is a request, Adonai. A request that I'll have to refuse. The police have their job and I have mine. If I stick my nose into the investigation any further, they'll come down on me hard. Cops don't like lawyers on principle. But what they really hate are people who tell them how to do their job. True. Let's go. We need a... Father asked you to look after me. Yeah, he did. He also said you should obey me, but you don't seem quite as fixated on that part. And he said something else. He said that you owed him a favor. Oh boy. One favor. The thin ice starts here, Spinmint. That was between him and me. Father is gone, so now it's between you and I. And I am calling in the favor now. What? You don't have to take care of me anymore. Consider that request null and void. You can sell me to some collector, or you can donate me to a university, it doesn't matter. In exchange, you will prove Father didn't kill himself. And you will make sure that whoever hurt him is held accountable. Why are you laughing? It's you and me, not you and I. You and me. David would roll over his grave if he knew you'd gotten that wrong. It was not my intention to amuse or rotate. Roll over in his grave and then rotate this. Because he's a robot. No, that's for damn sure. Fine. I'll take that deal, Sarah. You mean you prove that father did not? I mean, I'll look into it. I'm a lawyer. I don't prove anything. I just disprove what I can. Then where do we start? I didn't realize you had a law degree. I don't have a law degree, but I am a fast learner. This isn't a job interview. And I'm far from useless. And I am also capable of, can you tell a lie? I'm capable of making statements that are false. Guess that'll have to do. Are you going to ask me to lie? Yes. To the police, in fact. Lying to the police is a felony. Androids don't commit felonies, they make errors. Oh, smart. Because she's a special android, but she's still an android, so we can get by with her quote unquote lying because they can't prove that she is a normal enough of an android to make an error, so that she must be telling the truth. So we got a lot of get out of jail free cards with her if we play this right. Okay. I see. What kind of error did you have in mind, Adonai? Level 14 AM. God damn. Are you sure about this? You have questions too, don't you? Right now, I'm just a little better equipped to get answers than you are. Okay, go for it. I'll make sure they're watching. Is the air quality at Noble headquarters kept up to state standards? What's that? All these Noble employees seem to have asthma. Was father also working under such poor conditions? They don't have asthma. So why are carrying inhalers? Does it? Wait, so she doesn't have asthma? Dispense through inhalers. Interesting. Yes, ma'am. She's right over here. Wait, so they're not going to answer that right now? Okay, so I'm going to look back at that to make sure that I got what I needed out of that, because I don't think I did. A Droxone. They were going to address that in the dialogue, but I don't think they are. Okay. Okay, but what does it do? Okay, but what does it do? It's a stimulant. I guess that's it. Class 2 stimulant of least concern. Okay, so it's beneficial to the work performance. It's like Adderall, I guess, if it's a stimulant, right? Yes, ma'am. She's right over here. Oh boy. Oh boy, it's you. Oh, it's you. Oh fuck. Oh fuck, it's you too. Well, party's all here. Let's get started. Did I mess up? Eyes wide. See the DA. Quiet. Emma Rockford. Didn't think I'd run into you here. Yeah, didn't think I'd be here either. But the powers that be think that my presence sends a strong message to the Megs, so. No, wait, what are you doing here? I see. I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you for saying that. And thank you, Detective Reyes, for your many kind of words. default status, do not disturb mood. We can't all be as talkative as you. Normally, quoting poetry would feel pretentious, but you are so genuine in your reading. Bite me. I don't know that there's a need for all that. Very mature, detective. Did you come up with that yourself? Oh, no, that's Kaguya's signature pose. Like the pop star? I don't know what you're talking about. You can admit it if you do. Oh, well, there's nothing to admit because I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who that is. Wait, now you're saying you don't know who Kaguya is? She's the most famous. Even Morgan knows. Hmm. Official age of this is 1,086 years old. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Most details of Pop's remain scarce, protecting her anonymity has become a core part of her fan culture. Hmm. Interesting. She's like a myth. Does she even really exist? Yeah, well, I don't know who that is, so. Ma'am, hmm? Weren't you about to say something? Oh, well, I'm still surprised to see you here now, Morgan. Are you helping plan the services? Actually, the company will be planning Dr. Asher's funeral service. Would his family want to take care of that? No. No? No. I see. Sorry. If that's the case, why are you here, Morgan? Ah. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry to disrupt your morning. Hey, you're here for the same reason as every other suit they've got crawling around. Money. You're not wrong. There are a lot of annoying insects with annoying agendas scurrying around before my friend's body is even cold. But the honest truth is, I don't even know if David had a will. The company helped him manage his estate. Legal is probably already on it. Actually, judging by how much coffee that intern is carrying into the elevator, I'm certain they are. Right, so if you're not here for the funeral or the reading of the will, Miss Starling asked me to come here actually on a matter related to David's passing. An unrelated matter? That's convenient, isn't it? But now that I am here, it's come to my attention that the police have made a determination in the case of David's death. And where did you hear that? Am I mistaken? No, you're right. They concluded it was suicide. Nice. I was worried about that. Yeah, I'm sure you must be feeling. Because I'm going to have to contest that charge. What? The state has made the charge. I'm arguing against it. The hell are you talking about? The police believe David committed suicide. Suicide is a felony in this country, detective. It is technically a crime to commit suicide, yes, but we're not in the habit of bringing dead men to trial. Especially not for their own murder, Morgan. No, not to trial, of course not. But there would be a preliminary hearing in any case like this. In a case like this. Shit, hit autoplay. Turn. We know about this stuff. That's the stuff in real life. Oh, crap. Assuming the courts are busy that day. I'm afraid that on occasion I'm going to have to insist on formality. Yeah, well, you really don't have much say in the matter, do you? With David gone, I have the only say, really. I am, after all, his criminal attorney. All that money he needs his drinking buddy to be his attorney? Bullshit. I'm also skeptical, Morgan. It's a pretty serious conflict of interest to be your friend's defense attorney. You're absolutely right. It is a conflict of interest. And I would have said as much to him if I had the chance. What do you mean? I only found out that he wanted me to be his attorney today. After he died, how the hell did you miss that memo? Embarrassing, isn't it? But to be fair, it was hidden pretty well. Oh, I didn't know you had an Android, Morgan. It's cute. Thanks, but it's actually David's. And it's technically my witness. Witness to what? 38 hours ago, that is, David Asher communicated to me, as a matter of record, the following explicit legal intent. That in the case of any and all criminal charges brought against him by the state, his attorney would be Evangeline Morgan. Hey, we have a full first name. Evangeline. No, wait, seriously, your name's Evangeline? Did your parents name you after a Christmas carol? Should we all be curtsying? It's not that funny. No, of course not. Nothing to be embarrassed about, Evangeline. What do your friends call you, Angel? I hear Kaguya's on tour. Should I get your tickets? You could have your dad drive you like all the other 15-year-old. Hey. Feels like we're getting off topic. What were we just... I would... Oh, hi, Westa. How's it going? You like this Outside game? Yeah, it's a really fun game. It's... To go not into a lot of details, it's basically Dexter plus Ace Attorney, in which we are a lawyer who also is a serial killer on the side. And now I'm solving my friend's death after he died being the genius of a tech company and leaving me an android behind that is way more human than possible. This really is just iRobot. This is the iRobot case. Hope you're having a good day though, Resta. I was telling you that David Asher wanted her to be his criminal defense attorney. Imagine my surprise. An android recording of a verbal expression of intent isn't exactly ironclad, Morgan. That's fair. And if we were going before an upper level court, I would expect that to be open to all kinds of scrutiny. Hope you have a good day too. I'm actually having a really good day now. I was having a bad day earlier. I was a little sick, and I'm still a little bit sick. I still got like a good amount of a cough, but overall I'm doing fine. It's nice to be back to doing some old-fashioned trial games / mystery games. Not really old-fashioned, but just playing mystery games again. Other than Timmy and Cuthbert. We're talking about a preliminary hearing, a formality as you called it. If he asks for representation, he deserves representation. Does it matter whether he's dead or alive? Am I missing something? What difference does it make? Not even an adjutant would be obtuse enough to sentence a dead man. No, it wouldn't be a sentence, but the adjutant will render a verdict, and the verdicts have consequences even for the deceased. Is that what this is about? What's she getting at? Well, his public image would be destroyed if it's the fact that he died from suicide, so we want to say that he didn't die from suicide, right? If the court agrees this was a suicide, the verdict will retroactively affect the evaluations of the individual's mental health. Yep. Like whether he was in his right mind or not. You know anything about estate tax law, detective? No, but I'm sure you'd be happy to educate me. More than happy. An individual found by a court to not be of sound mind couldn't very well give their consent to the lawyer drawing up their will. If his will is compromised, all of David's considerable assets would suddenly be thrown into legal limbo. In which case, the state would be legally obligated to come in and pick up the pieces. So this is just about his money. I'm almost disappointed in you, Morgan. Well, when you take into consideration all the factors, it's actually more complicated than that. For example, huh? Never mind. No, Starling, you should speak your mind. All I mean to say is that while Dr. Asher did have significant holdings in art, real estate, and intellectual property, man, got his fingers in all the pies, huh? He also, of course, owned a great deal of stock in numerous corporations, principally Noble. Okay. If he was ruled to be not of sound mind, turn the light on here, it's getting dark. There you go. and his shares would end up acquired by the government, Noble would suffer a serious blow to its commercial image and its standing in the financial community. In other words, its stock would plummet. All of which to say there's a great deal at stake here. There's still money, it's still, you're still being motivated by money though. We're appearing that we're solving this for Sarah, but we are making it look like to the detective and the prosecutor that we're solving this for money still. It's a lot of money. Not the least of which the reputation of a man who I was proud to call my friend. You're not buying this, are you? In case you haven't noticed, this city is working closely with Noble on this, and they're not gonna let you bring them any unwanted attention. Noble Electronics already has unwanted intention. Why are you raising your voice? If nothing changes, by the end of the day, the whole country is gonna hear how David Asher committed suicide. By midnight, there'll be questions about his competency, concerns about why the brain inside every single Noble ad was built by an apparently unstable man. Oh shit, that's the angle we're going with here. If this guy's built all these robots that people are using, and then you prove that the guy may be not all right in the head, then that means that there's a possibility that he may have put stuff into his robots that could be bad. The shareholders will have nothing to do all Sunday but brood over that sad thought and all its disturbing implications. By the time the markets reopen on Monday, I would expect a great deal of volatility. That's so. I understand Noble's apprehension, of course, Emma. I just feel like right now the fiscally conservative thing to do would be to not get in my way. Now, she's not saying this to these two. She's saying this to everybody else in the building right now, being like, look, I'm gonna try and solve this case, because if I can make this not be a suicide, and we find out for some reason this is not a suicide, yeah, it's still bad. Yeah, David's still dead. But now you don't have, maybe he died as a martyr, maybe the image of the company will go up even because he died as a martyr. Your image as having all this, being a bias company, being made by a genius that wasn't, literally insane, or, mentally sound, in mental health, still stays intact, it's good. So it's in everyone's best interest if you pursue the possibility that this could be a murder. Except their interests, because the cops and the prosecutors don't want this to be a murder because, well, I mean, that's more paperwork for them. A lot to think about. Well, why should the district attorney's office devote valuable time to playing out this game of yours? Yep. Because they're certain they'll win. That goes without saying. Okay, Morgan. Okay, Emma. The court should have an opening at 6 p.m. I didn't have anything planned. And there's a date. Detective, would you get her clearance set up? Yes, ma'am. Updates every hour, yeah? You're out on a limb, Morgan. Better not linger. Oh, and for everyone who's ever come into the story now and not seen episode 0, her and my main two characters, where we are, Morgan and where was Emma? Is it Rockford? Is it Rockford, right? Yeah, so Morgan is revealed at the end of episode 0 to be not only serial killing, but at one point was serial killing specifically people that looked very similar to her. So there is some, as someone said, there's some toxicity in this game. Jeez. Oh, I haven't saved yet, have I? Okay. There we go. Here. Clearance for all the relevant sites and police firewalls. You can interview and investigate with your authority as an officer of the court now. If you haven't already been doing that, don't even think about being sloppy with discovery on this. Rockford might think you're funny, but I appreciate the warning, Detective Ways. It's nice to know you care. I live to serve and protect. Phew. Thanks for the assist, darling. Yeah, no sweat. Are all cops like that, or are they more like that Detective London gentleman? They're mostly like that, yes. They're all that intense? Yes, it comes from being short. And most cops are short? Yes. Alright, well, I'll see you at the courthouse tonight. If you need anything in the meantime, don't be afraid to ask. Good luck, both of you. What do we do now? I have a few options. I have access to the crime scene now, probably the best place to start. I'd like to head over to the company building as well, to get me registered, among other things. What are you doing? Nothing. What about father? When can we see him? He'll be at the morgue by now. The medical examiner will speak to me, but now that I'm operating under the court's authority, if I stop to flash paperwork at every nurse and security guard without knowing nothing better to do than ask questions, I'll have to... What's that look for? You are father's friend. Thank you again for reminding me. Aren't there people you'd like to speak with? Other friends you'd want to know? Bad news travels fast. I'm sure everyone in the country has heard about David by this point. Do you have someone in mind? Maybe someone he met recently? He spoke about coming close with someone this year, a musician. Now that you mention it, there was a post something that David might have mentioned when we talked back in our beginner search. I completed my search. I found nothing. I like how she says that with like such a nice grin, like, I found nothing! Yippee! Thanks for the old college try. Is that really the best you can do? Father was a private man, in person and online. With just a few letters and the fact that he was a musician, I'm afraid we don't have enough information to narrow down the results, added I. No, we have plenty of information. We just need the right person for the job. What kind of person is that? Interesting. Detainment room? Who would you have even called? I don't know. I still should have gotten my phone call. Instead, I got you. Who are you again? My latest guardian? New foster parent? Want me to call you mommy? I'm not really the motherly type. Hey yo, we might actually get along. So I've got good news and bad news. I'm not your guardian, I'm your lawyer. You've been giving a lawyer because you're being charged with a felony. Fastest pigs. Skipping school's a felony now. Hacking into a government database has been a felony for a very long time. That wasn't me. They have your keystrokes, your IP address, your login times, and the playlist you were listening to. That was for a homework assignment. Here's what I don't get. You got it and copied the data. Could have gotten right out. State wouldn't even know they'd been robbed until they saw their passwords show up on black market clearance 2 weeks later. But you didn't get out. You stayed and made changes to their database. You robbed the bank, got clean money, and then dragged a can of spray paint behind you all the way home. Why? Look, I didn't steal anything that wasn't already compromised. And the only data I edited was my own. So if anything, they should be thanking me for correcting their mistakes. What? Did they get your birthday wrong? My name. Name changes are only 2 pages of paperwork. You just need to fill out the form and get a signature from a parent or guardian. So, What's the good news then? The good news is that I'm your lawyer, not your guardian. The hell? That doesn't count as good news. That's just the thing you said. Don't be so sure. A lawyer's a lot better than a guardian. Explain. How's that? Parents, guardians, foster whatevers, they're all supposed to take care of you because it's the right thing to do. A lawyer is someone who always does what's best for you no matter what, because that's how they get paid. Ah, that makes sense. So how good are you at your job? Hello, Moncur. It's pronounced Cor. And don't call me that. Hey, it's Fran. They were in the first one. Hack up, I don't put that down, obviously. Do they know why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Values, vibes. Wait, there's something else. I got term as well. Oh, whoopsies. Whoopsies. No such thing. Nothing's good ever happened until the afternoon when people are actually awake. You know what? Not incorrect. What do you want? Wait, hold on. What did she say? I think she just described me. Hold on. Let me go back there. It says, what Guy said was a compulsive lie with a horrific sleep schedule and a crippling addiction to poor time management. Okay, take out the compulsive liar, and that's me to a T. Neat. What do you want, Red? I can't call you up just for fun. Not if you don't want to get blocked. You need to find somebody for me. Can't do it. I've got homework. We both know the only time you ever do your own homework is during the class it's due. And I've got sports. You can't tell a basketball from a hockey stick. And I've got a bidding war to win. You're the only person on Earth on 70-year-old Hoochie and Air Jordan vintage reps Fran. You can take your eyes off the auction block. So yeah, so sorry, but I'm busy, so I was hoping we could skip straight to the carrot portion of the routine, but if you insist on doing things from the top, huh? I had an interesting conversation with your parole officer yesterday. Oh, yeah? They've been really into the self-prefixes lately. What? Self-motivation, self-actualization, self-help. Oh, and he thinks you could really benefit from it. You're lying. He's got all the workbooks ready. Oh boy. Clearly your Saturdays are stacked, so I'll make sure your Sundays are full of... Fine, I get it. I need you to find a local musician. Musician? Knowing you, this will be Electro Swing or some other awful... Hey, what's wrong with Electro Swing? Last name Powell or Parker. And that's all you got? They'll be in David Asher's circles. Wait, Asher, you're working that? That should be more than enough for a clever kid like yourself to go on. Don't go expecting any miracles. I need this soon, within the hour, ideally. Within the... You know, I have other clients, don't you? Other clients who actually pay you on time? A musician. Find him. Okay. Even talk over the phone. You're very animated, Adonai. What do you mean? Just that you're very expressive when you talk to people. Of course I'm expressive. If I wasn't, how would anyone know what I'm thinking? I see. I'll keep that in mind as we... Wait, you actually expect to tag along? Of course. Father was... Yeah, I know what you want to. But why should I let you? Because I am capable and helpful. Uh-huh. I mean it. I can take notes for you. And move heavy objects. And I'll learn to do more. How? I will subject every individual we encounter to a basic survey to procure biographical information on them while I can gain experience in questioning. Oh, that explains it. Because in episode 0, at the end of it, you can do like these like biograph tapes, interviews, where you interview a bunch of the characters introduced in the game so far, right? Like the 2 detectives, the main guy, the client, and Morgan, and I think Emma as well. So was that 5? I think that's 5 people. And you could tell it was supposed to be the android thing, but they did. At that point, you don't have the android, so that's probably set after this case. But this is her explaining, oh, this is what I do, you know. Subjected them to torture. I can help, Adonai. How fast can you fill out forms? Fast. Congratulations, you're halfway to being a paralegal. Oh, now we have her added in. Okay. Collarbones. What the fuck? What the? Okay. Understandable. Understandable. I'm not sure how skills differ from talents. That. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Also, like the 180 rule. Wait, you mean like the film 180 rule? You coming? By the way, Adonai. Pretty quiet elevators, huh? Skipped over to that. You could have taken the next one. It's a busy building, detective. Can't hold up everyone else on our account. Anything you'd like to grumble at me before I start? Don't touch anything. I don't care that you're wearing gloves. I have been to crime scenes before, you know. Look, Rockford asked me to not get in your way, but that doesn't mean I'm going to bend over for you. Do you at least have the autopsy report? No! What do you mean, no? Are you seriously? Okay, whatever. I don't. Huh. I'd settle for a summary of the preliminary findings. An emergency call was made shortly after 8 p.m. last night via the home security system. Emergency medical services had a VTOL in the air within the minute. They landed on the penthouse's helipad at 8:08. Dr. Asher was found unconscious with low blood pressure and a weak heartbeat. He wasn't breathing. In flight, auto triage administered artificial CPR while in transit at Gates Field Memorial. He was declared dead a few minutes after being taken to the emergency wing. So at least he got to the hospital alive. Most likely. I see. And the cause of death is being investigated. Oh. I mean, technically speaking, if we just rule this as being like a heart attack or some like medical thing, I mean, we can just, everyone's happy, right? Make an educated guess. He stopped breathing, so they gave him oxygen. His heart started pumping, so they had the machines take over. His brain activity dropped to 0, and there wasn't anything else they could do. It was poison, wasn't it? What kind? You don't know, do you? Ah, they don't know either. Like I said, ma'am, we don't have the autopsy report yet. Why are you certain it was poison, Adonai? Couldn't it have been an accidental overdose? If he had an overdose on a commercial drug, even a pre-med student would have stopped it on the hospital's intake screening. Or was it stopped it or found it? Or spotted it. There you go. They would have been able to pump his stomach, neutralize his bloodstream, and he would have lived. But he didn't live. So it must have been something deadly, a compound designed solely to kill. a fast-acting deadly poison that causes respiratory failure. The list can't be that long. Even just the process of elimination, the medical examiner should have identified it by now, unless it's no longer in the system of it's no longer in the body. Which is about to design a drug, don't you, detective? Why is it you only click on the uptake when it suits you? Nothing else makes sense given what we know and what we don't. But the CDCA decriminalized and cataloged all recreational drugs. Huh. That's best to the 2060s that decriminalized all narcotics. So, like the tax income. So-called a white wave of global amnesty over to the international drug trafficking market in just a few short years. Wow! It's almost as if you legalize things, like things that should probably already been legalized, you could maybe boost the economy and fight the illegal drug trade. Wow, what a surprise! Woo! Who could have seen that coming? The gray wave starts soon after. Major criminal organizations waged economic and literal war against multinational corporations for the dominance of the new gray market. Interesting. There's competition from government license. There's classic narcotics emerge alongside the race to develop new, more powerful designer drugs and to monopolize on their sale in the months it would take for the government to identify and legalize them. Wow, the rates of deaths have dropped. Dangers of the untested designer drugs. Let's continue to debate over the legacy of the CDC and the whole white wave as a whole. I mean, either way, people are going to be taking drugs anyway. So if you're having it be more controlled, and if the drug rate's dropping, that sounds like a good thing. Overdose rate, I say. Guess you aren't entirely clueless about politics. So whatever father overdosed on should have been in the hospital's database. We need to update your definitions. You're confusing designer drugs with recreational drugs. Why would you give us all this information about the CDCA and recreational drugs and then just be like, no, that doesn't matter? Whatever. Oof, that one got me in the heart. Also, we're going to Leafy Sea Dragon. Yeah, my conversation about the drug trade, is that what got you in the heart? Yeah. Oh, the dick on electro swing. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. Yeah, obviously, yeah. That's obviously, I totally about that. I love Caravan Palace. Lone Digger, is that the one? The one famous music video, or famous depending on who you ask. With the furry one. That's the only song I know from them. This time that creates a window of opportunity. The riding the wave. Okay. Nirvana. Custom made. Dragons is my favorite for obvious reasons. I couldn't guess why. Maybe it's because you're not called Leafy the Sea Caravan Palace. Maybe that's a good of a hint. What is the difference? Recreational drugs are decriminalized and sold through pharmacies after years of testing and mountains of paperwork, while the advanced designer drugs were invented last week in a 19-year-old line cook's bathroom on the other side of the globe. Hospitals can't know. My stomach just went, but oh boy. Hospitals can't know the proper countermeasures for an overdose of a drug that didn't exist 40 hours ago. Ugh. I came across makeshift labs all the time when I was in uniform. The equipment's cheap and widely available. Black market cooks, gray market peddlers, and white collar lobbyists all chasing each other's tails in a long line to find the next big hit. CDCA didn't change shit. More people die from ODs than ever before. No, nuh-uh. That's not true. That cannot be true. That could, hold on, get the article thing. Where was the thing? It literally at the bottom, it says here, according to the thing about CDCA, that while rates of addiction and overdose deaths have dropped since their peaks in the last 2 decades. Wow. Ooh. Then that must be untrue. Only difference is their family is finding them in the living room and not be cops finding them on street corners. You're comforting, I'm sure. If it wasn't you talking, I'd say it was a criticism of law enforcement. Not law enforcement, just the law. Assuming it was a designer drug, that would certainly make things more complicated. For the insurance guys, maybe. For us, whatever he used to do, it still killed himself. Or didn't kill himself, if you insist. I'm going to take a look around now. Yeah, sure, make yourself at home. What's that face for? I thought there would be an outline. An outline? Around where they found father. More like in the movies? Like in the film. Connect to the police network and bring up the ARCS file. Augmented reality crime scene? I see. And away we go. Now this really reminds me of AI summoning files. Oh boy. Oh, there's the outline. There is an outline. And so this is where he died at the hospital. This is where the medics found him. And it's the sensors and cameras they were wearing that create the basis for this ARCS. They didn't realize they were walking into a crime scene, but their body cams gathered data all the same. Where do we start? You can start by following behind me and trying to be as quiet as possible. Okay. Let's start from here and then work our way to the body. E4, C5, NF5, E6, D4, CX, D4, NX, D4. Wait, no, that's interesting. So was that night? Isn't N night? Am I crazy? NX doesn't N like capture something at D4? Damn, I used to know chess nomenclature and I don't know it anymore. I could play chess fine, but I'm terrible at it. Was like Annie because of like N, R is rook, B is bishop, P is pawn, K is king. This is an algebraic notation. Was he studying an old game or playing against himself? Black has checkmate in 40 moves. Wow, robot that's good at chess. We gotta put you in a museum. Oh, fuck you. But I'll take your word for it. What do you mean? Do you not play Adonai? No, especially not against David. Well, that is to be expected. Anyone who challenged father to a battle of wits would naturally grow tired of losing. Every game starts the same. Each player has the same pieces, the same moves, the same options. Two tests of wit, strategy, and forethought. To me, it always seemed too boring, too fair. The smarter player wins every time. And that is something you take fault with? Of course. How's a guy like me supposed to win a game like that? Is it possible that a witness could have seen something through these windows? Not through these windows, no. David installed wide spectrum auto tint in all his homes, all his cars. I did not know that. Well, you wouldn't know unless you were viewing the penthouse for more than... Why did he care so much about his windows? Like an outdoor dog or taking his first trip to his park. Pardon? Why are you looking at it like you've never seen an android before? Because I haven't, in person. David didn't even let you have a mirror? Brutal. The scan is Jin if you're that curious. Unless that's considered too forward or whatever. Don't be rude. Password locked, but already cracked by the police it seems. All the docs would take home safe, nothing too spicy. When was it last used? 7:48 p.m. Got another article. It's our third article. Oh, this is the article that we talked about in the limousine. Or, yeah, and this is the article that we talked about when we got picked up and we were talking to Jessica, or to Jess. And then she was like, yeah, we, you know, an animate 16 robot saved someone, but we didn't take advantage of that as a company to try and push harder on the government to, you know, go through with more of our plans or whatever. Yeah, they should have committed to a military contract, but they didn't even try. In other words, what makes me feel like something must be wrong with... Uzi. Oh, that would cough right into the mic. Sorry about that. Something really must be wrong with the Animate 16 models. That even though they're out there and doing things, maybe the company was like, we can't go too far into robots and all this other stuff because there's a flaw. Reminds of that, the first Patlabor movie. Interesting. Yeah, Sullivan said they weren't in any rush to pay each other on the back over it. Mm-hmm. Rose River Whiskey, 12 years old. You recognize it? Sure. He was more partial to the brand. More than partial. I've had whiskey in forever. Damn. It appears that the police have already tested its contents. No foreign matter present was their conclusion. Okay. So at the beginning of the story, when we heard two people talking and they're like a toast to something, which is clearly, well, which is implied, we'll say, to be when someone drank something and got sick. There's no foreign matter in the drink. So either he drank something else, or he got poisoned by something else. Is it possible the police missed the poison? No, even if they can't identify the poison, they can detect its presence by comparing samples of the whiskey to a bottle of this off the store itself. So we can eliminate the possibility that the bottle of whiskey was poisoned. Is that our first piece of evidence? Okay. We'll have to find a smoking gun elsewhere. No foreign substance here too. One empty, one left over, and one mostly empty cup. These look cheap. Did his guest bring them? I've seen them before in the basement liquor cabinet. He kept those lying around. I knew he had regifted those crystal glasses I got him. Ox says there's nothing foreign in the upright one, so it can't have been poisoned. Results are inconclusive on the other cup, however. Looks bone dry. Must have been nothing but fumes left by the time this was considered a crime scene. There's not enough there for them to test. Inconclusive means inconclusive, that's all. Tear up and read me the results of the fingerprinting. Father's prints are on both cups, as expected. But there is someone else's on the upright cup, so someone else must have been with him last night. Slow down. All that proves is that someone else touched the cup, doesn't tell us when they did it. And since we don't know who those prints belong to... I deny. Why don't we know who the prints belong to? Are the prints flagged as unidentified, or... No, there's a space for a name, but the field is black. Interesting. Shit. Am I already that late to the action? Get the phrase. Yeah. There's a second set of prints on the cups. Is there a form you'd like me to sign? Doesn't matter how nicely you act, sometimes people just can't answer. You should know that damn well, Madam Counselor. I was afraid you'd say that. I don't understand, Adonai. What does this mean? It means that there's somebody here. It probably means, before they say it next, is that whoever's name was there is someone that is probably of high importance, that they do not want that to be said. A slight cover-up already. It means that whoever those prints belong to has very proactive representation. Yep. Those prints belong to a witness, as you've guessed. You're more than welcome to their testimony. Oh, that works too. But the identity is... The department is being very considerate of the witness's privacy out of respect for their time and appreciation for the corporation. What's like the CEO of the company? Fine, forget the name. That easily? Subpoenas are always an option, but I'm short on time. You order something to basically force them to turn over evidence. What did the witness have to say for themselves, Detective? To paraphrase, they came to see Dr. Usher last night. The two of them talked and they had a drink together. Then the doctor got sick, so they activated the emergency system from the panel in the kitchen. The EMTs came and took them both to the hospital. Asher's condition got worse. All of the witnesses' vitals were normal. Okay, so... And you guys didn't think that it could possibly be a murder? But even... Okay. And that's it? That's it? Oh, okay. I'm guessing you didn't just take all of that on faith. Maneuvers set up in most of the rooms on this floor. Everything the witness told us was corroborated by the building's own surveillance system. So yes, we can guarantee that the witness never put anything in Asher's drink. I'm guessing that I can't have the keys to the penumbra, can I? Not until the witness's lawyers are done reviewing it. Ha! I don't have time to trade jabs with the law offices of Johnson, Johnson, Johnson & Johnson. That's a reference. Say, how about I give you their business card? The law offices of Cochler, Gustave, Prince & Prince. All you bloodsuckers want to get together and tear each other apart, text me before you start. I'd like to watch. Yeah, I bet you'd like to watch. What does that even mean? What does that mean? So that was it? One chat, one peek at the cams, and you've already eliminated them as a suspect? Look, they were certs. They didn't have any poison, any drugs, not even a stick of gum. If they somehow did have poison on them, this camera footage confirms they had no opportunity to use it. They drank from the same bottle as the dead man. As far as the department's concerned, they are nearly the second victim. So you think he poisoned his own cup beforehand, then poured from the bottom of them. Then he poured for the both of them from a safe bottle. Words. Why can't I say words? That's what the evidence is telling us. There's nothing in the bottle or the witness's cup. But after drinking from his cup, a cup he prepared himself, he fell ill and the witness didn't. And Asher died with a foreign substance in his body, an unidentified foreign substance. Suicide by poison. And that you were close and the simple explanations aren't all that satisfying. Occam's razor. But that's life. One last thing. You just said he prepared his cup himself. Did you see that on camera? He left the parlor to get the drinks and came back with his already poured. The witness says he got them from the basement. The witness says that, not the cameras? There's no cams in the lab or the basement. That seems like a security hazard. Why would Noble not set things up more carefully? It's intentional. If cams of his lab ever got hacked, outsiders could steal his IP and kick Noble's monopoly to the curb. At least we can take the comfort in knowing that Father wasn't alone when he died. Yeah, that's... Oops. It says here that when the medics arrived, he was on the floor face up. Does that tell you something? He fell backwards? Hey, if you were going to drink a glass of poison, would you be sitting or standing when you did it? I find it very difficult to speculate on that hypothetical scenario. The seat by his body is pulled out. If he was seated when he lost consciousness, I'd expect to find him slumped over on the table. But he wasn't found slumped over. No, he wasn't. If he had been standing when he lost consciousness, he would have fallen forward or at least collapsed less neatly. So what can you conclude from that, Adonai? Or that I'm missing something? We have... You said there's camera footage of the dining room showing David and his guest. What about in here? Only camera in the kitchen is the one mounted on the call terminal. Console took a snap image when the witness ran into it and contact emergency services. May I see it? Not unless you scrape the witness's face off the pic first. Okay. May I see it? No. Wait, these discs haven't been scanned for prints yet. And? I just assumed you might want to do your job. Yeah, they're prints. Most match the victim. But there's also, Hey, don't sneak up on me like that. All I did was walk over to you. You knocked over the salt, Adonai. I was focused on the task at hand. As tunnel vision was selling point on your mod. Adonai, the salt. As I was saying, the witness's prints are on that glass. That glass in the sink? They were drinking from cups in the parlor. You see a glass on camera? No. I mean, maybe it was there beforehand? Oh, the DNA of the unknown witness. Oh, interesting. That's less likely to have happened. You need to toss it over your shoulder. Oh, the salt. Witness must have thought about giving the guy some water, but he You would have just choked on it if they had tried. That's a possibility. What, you think this glass was a murder weapon? It's bad luck, Adonai. Whacked him on the back of the head so fast it went between video frames. That's genius. You should go through the footage frame by frame to prove your theory. Mature. It's bad luck. What have you been going on about? Assault? Shouldn't a machine be above petty superstition? It's not superstition, it's ancient wisdom. Give me one logical reason to care then. If too much salt spills into your food, it'll make you gag. Maybe it's on me for setting the bar too low there. Why is this evidence? He's just like me. He'd eat instant ramen and protein bars for all 3 meals. Yay! Or 2, or none. It's like yesterday I only had like 1 meal, I think, yesterday. Is that right? I think that is. I think they only had like 1 legitimate meal yesterday. Which is not healthy. That's your fridge? What the fuck? I thought it was a door to another room. Raze, you said he left the parlor and came back with that whiskey from the basement? Huh? That's what the cams show, yeah. What's that look for? You hungry? I am an android. I do not get hungry. Are you being sarcastic? Only mostly. I thought you said you required organic nourishment. I do ingest organic substances, but that doesn't mean that I experience hunger as you do. So when you don't ingest organic substances for a long time, I become tired. What a great feature. Yeah, what a wonderful thing to do. Let's make our robots more human-like, so now we have to spend more resources to keep them working. Great, that is wonderful. That's a great idea. Slash S. And when I'm done digesting, I don't need to know. What time did the call go out? 8:04 p.m. Before you ask, the witness left the parlor at 8:03 p.m. Not enough time for them to alter the scene. I wasn't going to ask that. When did the medics arrive? 8:08 p.m., remember? So 5 minutes and 4 minutes. Private EMS came by air? Yeah, they landed on veto pad you just saw outside. Yeah, it took him to Gatesfield. The very best if you can afford it. Looking around here, it seems like you can afford a lot. He got his insurance through his employer, just like most people. Catechus says the executive plan for it isn't like most people, counselor. He had executive level? Hmm. You've now had the chance to survey the crime scene. Yeah. So do you think you know what happened? Detective, is his body still at the hospital morgue? Yeah, he's at Gatesfield, along with a half-hundred noble megs who've all called dibs. I just have to cut in line. Sir, give me a ride to Gatesfield Memorial. What, you can't do that? You can do that, can't you? I can. But I need your payment information to get started. Yeah, okay. Understood. On my way down. Got it? Sync complete. Set pickup for 10 minutes should be plenty. The crowd down there seems to have gotten quite large. 10 minutes to reach the pickup spot may be an ambitious target, Adonai. How bad can it be? 11:47 equals the first one, 12:21. Adonai? What does that symbol mean? In this rabble, probably something vulgar. Which one? That heart with a bullet hole. The Heartbreak Killer? AKA me? Oh boy. I don't know. It's probably nothing. Based on the net associations, it appears to be a symbol for the Heartbreak Killer. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why would that freak have a symbol, or a following, or whatever these people are? And why the hell would they be outside David Asher's apartment? Because Noble's trying to cover up the truth. They are. These Megs in there scrambling to shred every document they can. We just stick together, form a perimeter, and try and catch them when they go to dump the scraps. Sarah, what are you hoping to find? Proof that Asher was killed for trying to blow the whistle. What? Noble doesn't want the world to know that the A-16 is sentient and homicidal. You think that Heartbreak is an android? You think whoever did all that was human? Noble's advanced prototype went amok and started killing random people. Don't be a lamb, it only looks random. There's a clear pattern as long as you're smart enough to see past the bullshit. Oh, okay. And how does one see past the bullshit? Stop engaging. Smart kid, she gets it. She's asking the right questions. What the hell are you talking about? No way those victims weren't related. It's gotta be deniable ops. Oh, like false flags and shit. Oh. This is like a very loaded term. Common claim that deniable ops make ample use of private military contractors in order to further distance governments from the political ramifications of their military actions. There's a lot of conspiracy bullshit happening. Which we know as bullshit because we are the subject of said bullshit. They must all have been in DO together before getting their records bleached. Then, as soon as they've outlived their usefulness, what are you, nuts? Everyone knows the first 6 HK got to were 6 prototypes that came before him. One Android so perfect no one can tell the diff. A bullet to the heart's the only way he could kill those other over-engineered freaks. These are all fucking idiots. I see. Stop seeing, start moving. These people are insane. Why don't you eat some more corn slap, asshole? You think you can be the cyberpunk? What the fuck? You think you can be the cyberpunk without ever thinking for yourself? Ah, okay, yeah, okay. Yeah. Hold on. What did it say? What was the people searching for? A co-op's illegal. You think it's a coincidence victim number 6 was working for hardcore cops? Hey, that's victim number 6. That's the previous case. That's episode 0. They're putting something in the food. It's Soylent Green. Those people, heartbreak. This is a goddamn embarrassment. The hell am I paying taxes for if the state can't cut this shit down? What about you, Adonai? What do you think about this heartbreak figure? They're just a murderer. Should be caught and sentenced like any other murderer. But they must have some reason for doing such terrible things. Aren't you curious? Why? Are some reasons for committing murder better than others? They might have experienced trauma or abuse. They might have. Millions of people experience trauma and abuse every day. Millions. And yet there's only one heartbreak. So you think that they were just born that way? That's my guess. That's unsatisfying. I knew she was gonna say sad. Sad. I don't see why it would be. If heartbreak was born like that, then they never had a chance to be anything else. If heartbreak was born like that, then none of us normal people will have to ever worry about turning out like them. That kind of predestination, it means they are never have to take responsibility for what they are. The state can make them take responsibility as soon as they catch them. You make it sound trivial. They're a very dangerous serial killer. Just a serial killer. Lawyer. Just. HK shot someone every day. It would take them 1,132 years and about 11 months. In order to have killed 413,789 people. You did that in your head? I'm good at math. You counted the leap years. What is the significance of that number? That's within 18 months of the Blackford industrial disaster. Interesting. What the fuck? Congestion ahead. We're currently limiting traffic related to this particular search due to a large number of edits coming in from net addresses outside your country's borders. What? Times that number by 2 for the injuries. Tack on another 183% for the birth defects. 413,000 dead, and there wasn't anything evil about it. Just human errors from shoddy welding and time. Oh, this is like Chernobyl level thing. So you think that heartbreak is nothing by comparison? Perhaps that is the problem then. If they're nothing, if they represent nothing, then they can stand for whatever the crowd wants them to. That's a good point. Please make way. Officials are coming through. Please disperse. Keep walking, pigs. Fascists. Noble owns the cops. Only the cops that they build in their factories. Very funny. Why are we tolerating this shit? You want me to wade into the crowd with a nightstick? Prove them wrong? You know what I mean. We're the only people in this city trying to do some goddamn good, and they all just... That's just part of our job, detective. No offense, ma'am, but wearing a police badge earns you a little more hate than... Do they give prosecutors badges? I have an ID at the parking garage. Does that count? Depends. Do you ever hesitate to wear it in the open? This is more relative. This is more relativism. This is more relative. God damn! It's because you say moral and relative, so you have two R's back to back, and it's fucking me up. This more relativism of yours seems like a strange philosophy for someone of your profession, Adonai. God damn, I can't read. Breaking out the thesaurus on me? I'm only being realistic and humble. I'm just one woman, Sarah. Whatever I do, right or wrong, is less than a % rounding error in the grand scheme of things. Do you tell that to your clients? No, but they come to appreciate it when I win. I don't mean cops in particular. The same deal applies to anyone who works in the state. The terms are stark, but the ink dried a long time ago, and we all agreed to them. I don't recall voting for it. Well, not voting is how things come to pass, so. Yep. We traded freedom for safety, individual rights for collective power. The state won, the citizens lost. The very least we can do is to take this criticisms head on. Look, I don't have a power with the responsibilities of authority, only with authority being challenged. They treat us like we're not but they treat us like we're the bad guys. Well, sometimes we are, sometimes the law is wrong. So if any individual is too small to ever affect change, so if the public's gonna hate us no matter what we do, and if corporations and governments will trample over people the same regardless of their character, if we can't even be sure we're doing the right thing, what do you do, Adonai? What the hell do we do? I think it's pretty simple. It's not that complicated as you think. In times like these, in a world like this, the only logical way to live is, the only moral way to live is, do whatever it takes to win. Yeah. Yeah, alright. I'm on board for this. If I'm insignificant in the grand scheme of things, I can do my worst and no one will notice. If power is inherently evil, holding back won't save your soul. Just fight with both barrels and trust the opposition to do the same. Winner takes all. Yeah, okay. Let's do this. Okay. Now we'll save. Oh, sure, that's the right thing. Okay, we're gonna stop here for today. Because I know this game is, I prefer this case is like longer than the first case. The first case only like 3 hours or something like that, 3 or 4 hours. But episode 0, I mean, but episode 1 is supposed to be like twice that length. So this feels like a good place to stop, and then we'll just finish up the rest later. I don't know, how much do we have? We still got, we have that much there. Look at all the store code I can buy. Oh, there's a demo. I didn't play the demo, damn. I can't get everything. God, there's so many damn terms. So much woodbuilding, so much text. Ooh, okay, that's the backlog we had on open before. Okay. How far up does it go? I can't use it. I can't use it. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna stop here for today. That was fun. And then yeah, we'll come back to this next week, most likely. I will see. If I do, I'll probably do this on Monday. And if I don't finish it Monday, if I don't finish it next Monday, I could finish this game the Monday after that as well. You know, because I want to focus on playing this month. But yeah, we're gonna find someone to raid. Oh, it is. Oh, let's see if I can do. Oh shit! I took off chat off of my thingy. Oh, I can just do that. That works. Does this work? Yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna go raid Fleshy. So, because yeah, it's her birthday debut, and so it'll be a good time to drop by and hang out. Let's see, where was I gonna go and say? All right, so I don't completely have plans for this week for streams. If I do stream, things are a little bit haywire because I didn't realize until I got into work today that I usually have off Fridays and work Thursdays, but I have it switched this week. So I don't work Thursday, but I have to work Friday. So things have changed. I may do a I'm gonna do Tyrion Cuthbert tomorrow if I can. And then I may actually do Tyrion Cuthbert also on Wednesday as well. And then after that, Thursday, I'm thinking of doing a dual stream. I'm thinking of doing DK Bonanza and Super Metroid. Because Super Metroid is not gonna take that long. I think we beat Ridley, so I bet you there's only like 1 or 2 more bosses after that. So I think see that being no more than like 2 hours. And Bonanza, I'm not gonna do too long either. But we'll see. Maybe not gonna happen. Either way, thank you for coming. Thank you for saying hi. And see you around.